Let me finish.
Go ahead.
That's why we also, the terms less manly, he's less of a man than him, or she's not that womanly, makes sense. If gender was truly a binary, those words would make no sense. It would be like cat and not cat. That doesn't, you can't have a in between really. And the same thing applies for gender. There is a spectrum there. That's why the words less womanly, more manly, less manly makes sense to us.
And all of those things are fluid throughout time. What constituted like masculine tendencies or behaviors will be different now than it was several years ago. Or even like things like colors. Like, for example, pink used to be considered a masculine color. Pink is no longer really considered a masculine color. It's considered a feminine color. So there was never anything inherently masculine about the color blue or the color pink or anything like that. That could always change at any given point in time.
Do you think that male brains and female brains, or men and women brains, are different? Wired differently?
There are differences between male and female brains, but I believe it's a matter of like statistical averages of like gray matter. There's not going to be like distinct anatomical features that differentiate a female brain from a male brain.
Really? You really think that?
Well, no, it's proven, like scientifically.
Well,
like
no,
when we
it's
take,
not.
yes, it
No.
is. When we take a brain scan of a male and female, the average doctor can't look and be like, that is a male brain right there.
Not true.
Now,
No, hold on.
Wait,
if
let me
you do a
finish my
SPECT
sentence, please.
scan, okay, if you do a SPECT scan, you can see what parts of the brain light up. And in a woman, the basal ganglia and the amygdala is far more active, which is the inner thought matrix. Women have a far busier inner thought life than men do. Would you guys agree with that? So that's not true.
It's very well known that like men generally are more on the logical side of things and women are more on the emotional side of things. And I think that has a big role, or the way that our brains are wired has a big role to play. I'm not saying that if you took babies who were completely unmolded that, you know, their brains would look different, but I think as we age, living in the gender that we are given, you know, our brains become attuned to certain things, and that's why parts of our brain
like
light up.
piggybacking off of that point, I don't doubt that the studies that you looked at did find differences in like brain mapping scans between men and women, but the key thing is that they looked at men and women, so that's already a brain that's been subjected to a lifetime, or not a lifetime, but like decades long socialization. So that socialization is going to impact it. If you looked at like a brain scan of like infants, for example, like a male infant and a female infant, it would be like how different would it really look? Do you think it would look significantly different?
No, it's not even close. Of course it's different. And I can prove it to you in two ways. But the first one, do you guys know the John Money gender experiment?
No.
So, okay, I'll just really quick. John Money, who is a total creep, he believed that this is before we mapped the human genome. Okay, this is before we even knew about chromosomes.